Written with our focus on the Vietnam boat, a tragedy. A boat carrying several Indian tourists overturned near Phu Quoc Island in Vietnam yesterday. At least 15 Indians, including 3 men, 2 women, were killed in the incident. There were a total of 36 people on board the vessel. 21 people were rescued and taken to hospital, including 2 who are in critical condition. The vessel was carrying 36 people, including 32 Indian tourists, 3 crew members and 1 attendant. Even though the reason for capsizing of the boat right now has not been established, there are still pertinent questions that one must ask. Let's have a look at the questions that arise. Now, we're looking at some big questions that are being raised. Number one, was the speedboat carrying more than its registered capacity allowed? And did this overloading contribute to its capsizing? Did the boat capsize because it was operating above its capacity? The second question, were proper safety briefings, marked emergency exits and life jacket protocols, were these in place before the boat departed? Third question, did the captain ignore weather warnings or did the boat hit an unforecast squall while other boats operated safely nearby? How was it that this boat capsized while the others did not? Question number 4. Did a mechanical failure or pre-existing structural damage in the hull leave the boat unable to withstand the waves before it capsized? Were proper inspections done on the boat before it departed? Question 5. Did lax regulatory oversight amid Phu Quoc's tourism boom allow Ocean Pearl Island Company to bypass safety compliance checks? Remember, Phu Quoc attracts tourism in large numbers. A lot of tourists visit the island. It's known for its natural beauty. Given that the case, was it possible that the necessary checks that were required were bypassed, given this is a peak tourist season in Vietnam? Now, Belly, my colleague, is reporting on this. Belly, thank you for joining us. Several questions are being raised. Of course, weather is said to be one of the reasons, but could there be underlying causes that need to be investigated?
Kriti, like you rightly pointed out, there are several questions around this particular incident. So I'm going to take you through the eyewitnesses account, which kind of describes all, which kinds of partially answers all these questions, is what I kind of gather. So according to one eyewitness, it says that this incident happened around 1:30 p.m. local time, and the boat had gone barely 300 to 400 meters when it tipped over. So we were taking pictures, and it happened before we could react. So this is one of the eyewitnesses telling the authorities. And what we can see here, this is the boat has barely left the shore, because it is very easy to reach that place where the incident had happened. A huge wave had hit this particular boat, and it capsized, and within few minutes the rescue operations were indeed put into operation, and a lot of complication happens after the rescuers found out that a lot of people were trapped under this capsized boat. And according to the boat operator, we are given to understand that all of them were wearing the life jackets is what, but the moment it overturned, and a lot of people were kind of trapped inside this overturned boat, is what the authorities are claiming at this point. So what we are given to understand is that, like, going through few more eyewitnesses accounts. One of the eyewitnesses says that the rescue teams got active and the bodies were brought back. However, there were no medical teams even to administer CPR or right on the bank that we all say. We are all in a state of shock. So this was one of the passenger that was said, and the other one goes on to say a distributor friend I know was traveling with his wife on his boat. His wife has died while he is fighting for his life at a hospital. One of the survivors, Nirmal Kumar, a resident of Tamil Nadu's Palani, has recounted the nightmare, saying that a group of 39 passengers had set out for lunch on the boat when it overturned within seconds. So here we are also given to understand that some of them were having lunch at that time. It was probably at around 1 p.m., like the other witness had pointed out. So hardly this was a lunch come boating that was happening among these, with this tourist expedition, and a lot of the people wearing life jackets would be having their lunch on the boat when it had happened. This is also kind of coming from one of the eyewitnesses' account. And another eyewitness goes on to say that a big wave hit us. 20 people came out of it, and remaining members got stuck. It's a closed boat. Since we are on the front, we managed to survive. Others who were behind got stuck, and the boat authorities maintained proper safety measures. So this was also one of the tourists identified as Kumar and his friend, giving eyewitnesses, giving their statements to the authorities. And of course, there are a lot of other grievances which people were kind of trying to trace their family members and their friends who were got introduced on the boat as well. So these are the kind of reactions that's coming from the eyewitness, which kind of indicate that somehow the precautions were all intact. However, like you rightly pointed out, there could be a technical snag, as in this way, why could it hit only this boat and not the other boats? And all this is subject matter to investigation, and only the Coast Guard of Vietnam will be able to come up with the answers after an in-depth investigation into this incident, Kriti.
Right, Billy, thank you very much for joining us. For now, I'm also in fact joined in by former NDRF DIG Naveen Bhatnagar. So thank you very much for speaking to us on this morning. It's of course a very tragic incident that has killed Indians on board this ill-fated ship. Weather, of course, is being reported as the primary cause for the ship to have capsized, but are there underlying concerns that still remain, questions that need to be answered, questions surrounding whether proper checks were done, whether warnings or precautions were taken before the boat departed? Because how is it that only this boat capsized while the others fared?
So it was overloaded beyond its capacity. Number one. Number two is the heavy ocean wave came, and due to that one side it was tilted. But anyhow, in such cases, another rescue boat should remain present in that area, so that they can rescue the people immediately. But it was not there. Rescue boat always remain there in such type of expeditions or such type of travels in these oceans and other places also. So is a major lapse on the part of this boat club or the Taiwanese government or the agencies who were maintaining the safety of this boat expeditions. So it was a great lacuna on the part of these agencies and the government. So anyhow, our golden period was 10 minutes, which we have lost. That is why this tragic moment and this mishappening happened there. So anyhow, but it's a lesson for others also, and for in future also. they should take care, the Taiwanese government and other people, that whenever they are using this such type of expeditions or traveling in the sea or some ocean or likewise, so they should have one more rescue boat. They should start one more rescue boat in nearby vicinity, so that in such cases a rescuer should make dive and they can rescue the people. Is a great lesson for everybody. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Bhatnagar, thank you very much for speaking to us